YouTube, what's up? I'm back at it again. Today's topic is macronutrients. What are they? So I get asked a lot actually, what are macronutrients? You know, what are macros? What's counting your macros? How do you count your macros? How do you calculate your macros? So basically what macros are is macro is your proteins, your carbs, your fats. And then if you want to go further than that, you can also like calculate like your salts and your, a few other things, right? So what happens with macronutrients is everyone has a different calculation according to what the end goal is, right? So for me, for example, my macros will look different than someone who's trying to lose weight because I'm actually trying to gain mass. And then someone who's trying to stay like in a certain range, their macros would look different than mine as well. So macros, this is straight off of bodybuilding.com. also, like, you can Google this stuff. I'm just showing you how easy it is to describe and understand these things. So in order to achieve large gains in muscle mass along with significant body fat decreases, many hormonal events need to occur in the body. The amount of success that can be achieved in these endeavors is determined by how much testosterone, ladies, you have testosterone too, okay? Growth hormone and insulin are produced by the body, and whether or not they are produced at the right times. So what does that mean? So let's get down to the insulin. So insulin basically is your sugar levels, right? Now if you're gonna go to the gym, right, you're gonna want like a spike in sugar levels, and that is because you want more energy during your workout. So after your workout, you also need more energy to replenish, right? Replenish what you just burnt off at the gym. So that's why if you're just hanging around not doing anything all day long, if you're eating sugars and fats all day, basically you're eating it at the wrong time all the time. And that's why, you're either gaining weight or looking bloated or getting fat, or just not looking the way you want to look. So it's very crucial that you place a lot of your macros around a certain time. And so basically me, right, let's say I'm about to go hit legs. If I'm about to go hit legs, I'm gonna eat a lot of carbs and probably some proteins. That way I'm already digesting as I'm working out. So let's say, all right, right now, for example, let's say it's 4. Let's say I eat right now, I'm done by 4:30. So at the time of my last bite, 4:30 p.m., that's when I'm basically gonna take like an hour or an hour and a half after that. I'm just gonna wait, right? And then I'm gonna go to the gym. That way my body's been digesting this stuff, giving me energy for this workout that I'm about to hit, right? Same thing for after your workout. Your after workout meal is very important, just because you really need to start rebuilding your body with these nutrients. So people always see me on Snapchat or Facebook or whatever, right, eating garbage, okay? But I eat these garbage only at crucial times, and that is before or after my workout, and that's because your body needs it, okay? Another thing to take quick note of as well is a lot of people keep asking me about fat loss. So to lose fat, it's not about running so much or doing crunches, or let's say your obliques, right? So let's say your obliques, right, aren't looking the way you want them to look, and you look really bloated and thick. One thing to keep in mind is that no amount of exercise is gonna fully remove that, because your body has this subcutaneous layer of fat. So what you need to do is you need to actually change your diet, because your body doesn't just lose fat in, let's say, your flabby arms or your gut. Your body loses fat as a whole. Your whole body drops body fat percentage, not just like, oh, I'm gonna hit crunches and then my fat's gonna disappear. It doesn't work like that. I wish it did, because shit, I'd be in the gym doing crunches all day long. So that's one thing to take note of. So fasted cardio is one way to lose fat. And what is fasted cardio, Kevin? Fasted cardio is when you wake up in the morning, you don't eat anything, You can drink water, but don't drink anything like orange juice or anything like that, because that has, you know, nutrients in it. So fasted cardio basically is your body has been in a fast while you've been sleeping. Okay, that means you haven't been eating, you haven't been intaking any nutrients. So your body is empty basically. So when you go to the gym, what ends up happening is your body doesn't have any food in it to use as energy for your workout. So therefore, your body's using your body fat as energy. So in essence, you're burning the fat on your body. So that's why I'm a strong believer in fasted cardio, because it allows for you to cut way more fat than just normal cardio. And me, for example, I focus on, you know, your high interval training. So your HIIT or HIIT, I forget what the acronym is, but basically you don't need to be running, you know, 5 miles to lose weight. What matters is the intensity. What I do in 10 minutes can amount to the same work that you just did running a mile or 2. Okay, 10 minutes of cardio, that's all I do every day that I do cardio. 10 minutes. All I do is hit abs, and then I get on the treadmill. And what I do on the treadmill is I'll keep it like at, let's say, a 20% incline or maybe even 10% incline, and then I'll consistently keep increasing speed as I go about. And I'll be measuring my heart rate, which is not hard because, you know, most gyms now, the treadmills have the little things you hold, and they give a fairly good, accurate description of where your heart rate is. So I try to keep my heart rate around 140-ish, and that's because that's what's beneficial to me. Anything higher than that is just me burning excess muscle. So you got to keep that in mind. You know, if you're fat or if you're overweight, you're gonna want to, you know, get your heart rate up as much as possible without like killing yourself, obviously. If you're just trying to cut down a little, you have to play around with your cardio level. So for example, you should do, let's say, 10 minutes one day, right? Or 10 minutes every day for a week, right? See how your body's looking. If you don't see any differences, up it to about 20 minutes. But keep in mind, you need to be doing high interval training. You can Google it, it's very easy. So let me get back on track and talk about your macros, right? So here on bodybuilding.com, there's actually a macronutrient calculator. You can just look up bodybuilding.com macronutrient calculator, right? So what happens is it asks you for your age, your sex, your height, your weight, and your goal. So you have 3 goals, right? You have fat loss, maintenance, which is, you know, just float around, and then you also have your muscle gains with the Z. Gains. Anyways, so you have your muscle gains, right? So you can alter all of these within this calculator to give you an adjustment to see where about you should be, right? So then also you have one last thing, which is the activity level. So you're either lightly active, so this means moderate exercise but sedentary job. So sedentary job would be like, for example, if you're sitting at a desk all day, or if you're, you know, if you're in a really small space and you don't really walk much, you know, that's a sedentary job. Moderately active is the second option, which is intense exercise and sedentary job still. Okay, then you have very active, which is moderate exercise and active job. Okay, and then you have extra active, which is intense exercise and an active job. So me, my job, for example, I only have a weekend job at the moment. So me, I consider myself very active because I do hit the gym twice a day, which is a lot of work to do. But the rest of the time I'm just chilling. So I don't have an active job, but I consider myself that because the level of intensity of my lift is much more than that of an average person, okay? All right, here we go. So here's my age, right? So I am currently 22 years young. My height is 5'7". Yes, I know, I'm a shrimp dick. My weight, okay, so let's look at my weight real quick. All right, so we're reading 162.4, but that's with me holding the camera. So once I remove the camera, I was actually 158 right now. So my goal is to make gains, right? So 158 is what I weigh, right? So that's what we're gonna put into the calculator right now. Okay, so we just put in the height. Now we're gonna put 158 pounds, right? Okay, and now here we have the goal, right? So my goal is muscle gains with the Z, and then I'm gonna put that I'm very active, right? So very active, and now we hit calculate. 339 grams of carbs per day, 226 grams of protein per day, and only 84 grams of fat per day. Okay, what does that mean? What are carbs? What are proteins? What are fats? Well, let's go more in depth. Okay, so I'm here in the kitchen and I'm just gonna pick up random things, right? And we're gonna see what everything is, okay? So here we have some eggs, okay? Okay, so here we have the nutrition facts, right? And we have total fat is 5 grams per egg, okay? 5 grams of fat per egg is actually a hefty number, because if you're anything like me, I eat a lot of eggs. Sometimes I eat about 12 eggs a day. So my typical meal consists of My typical meal that contains eggs consists of about 5 to 6 eggs. So 5 to 6 eggs, we're talking 5 times 5, 25, or even 30 grams of fat just in one sitting. So you have to be careful with eggs, because let's say I'm eating 12 eggs a day, that's almost all of my entire fat in just eggs alone, okay? And you want a very well-rounded, balanced diet. So that was just the fat, okay? We also have 0 carbs. So if you're about to go to the gym, I don't really suggest eggs, and I say that just because carbs give a lot of energy, okay? Carbs also process into sugar. So what ends up happening is, 0 carbs, I'm gonna eat 5 eggs, I'm not gonna feel that energy I should feel, I'll feel some of it because of the fat, but not really. And then we have 6 grams of protein. So 6 grams of protein per egg. Let's say I eat 6 eggs, 6 times 6, that's 36. 36 grams of protein in 6 eggs is, it's not a lot, because let's go back to the computer. It says I need 226 grams of protein per day. So I'm only getting 36 grams out of 6 eggs. I need more stuff, okay? That's not enough. So, you also have to consider your your work schedule. If you're sitting at a desk all day and you can't really leave, you have to place your meals very, very precisely and very smartly, because if not, you're not going to be getting those nutrients that you're wanting to achieve the gains or fat loss or maintenance that you want to achieve. So keep that in mind, because that's very important, okay? Let's look at this. Bananas. Bananas actually have a lot of carbs. A small banana can have, I forget what the number was, I read it somewhere, but a small banana can have, let's say, like 40, 60 grams of carbs, while like a really big one can have about like 80 grams of carbs. So you're talking 80 grams of carb in just one banana? So you got to be careful with bananas too, because yeah, they're good for you, but at the same time, you don't want an excess amount of carbs turning into sugar. So it's very crucial to place these meals at good times, okay? And another thing I want to touch base on is the fact that a lot of people say, oh no, I can't eat after 8 because I'm not trying to get fat. Your body is on a man-made clock, okay? I hear this all the time, and I don't know where this bullshit came about from, because it's literally bullshit. Like, it's false as hell, okay? You can eat right before you go to bed, okay? There's nothing wrong with eating before going to bed. It's not gonna make you fat. What makes you fat is when you're eating these fats or carbs at times that you shouldn't be, or eating the wrong fats and wrong carbs at the wrong time, okay? You gotta keep in mind, your body's like a machine. You gotta feed it properly. You want it to do excess work or excess work in the gym, then you're gonna be eating those proper nutrients right before this workout, okay? I just remembered one more thing, okay? If you want me to calculate your macros, maybe even do a meal plan for you, or even talk about your goals and figure out what exactly it is we need to do for your body, email me at that same link that I'm putting in the video description, and I'll help you out, guys. I'm here for you.